It's Already Construction. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube with your host Komp and
Cyclet.
And it's Adios 2019, the end of the year. Another year successful for the Hardy Construction.
A whole year has gone by and we're still doing nothing with our lives.
We will actually be in the future, in the year 2020. Isn't that a
When you
insanity?
hear this, it's going to be a whole decade later.
So what will we be talking about this episode?
Our favorite episodes that we've reviewed. Our favorite movies we've reviewed. Best movies of 2019 that were made in 2019. And best upcoming movies of 2020 that we're excited for.
So why don't we get into the best and worst movies we saw this year? What was the best and worst movie that we did for this show? I mean, we can have movies that are outside of the Hardy Construction, with the very rare non-horror movie that we saw this year, which was Avengers Endgame. But
Joker.
Yeah, it's true. So what were the best and worst movies for you this year?
I was looking through our list, and I really liked Cat Sick Blues.
Very good.
I think about that movie.
Yeah.
I think about that movie. Like, it was like, it started off very hipstery, and I'm like, but it was good.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad I, looked into that, because I saw it in a couple lists, and it looked like a very strange film. And
it's so good.
I follow the directors on YouTube, on Facebook, and I saw what kind of stuff they're doing now. He's mostly lives in Japan now, so it's an interesting thing. So you liked Cat Sick Blues? You thought that was the best one of the year. What was the worst one?
I mean, I don't know if it's the best. I mean, obviously Joker was amazing, but it's not really a horror. But we did it because it's just very popular. I didn't really care about Brightburn, even though that just came. I don't know.
Really? I thought you did like that.
You know what? I think Ma. Well, it was okay. Ma might be the worst one.
That was pretty.
Ma might be the worst one of, and obviously Midsommar.
You're right.
Midsommar is actually by far my favorite.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Midsommar, without a doubt, is the best horror movie that I've seen this year. Another win for Ari Aster, who did last year's Hereditary. It doesn't feel like Hereditary came out last year. I feel like it came many years ago.
Yeah.
So for me, the best obviously is Hereditary, but now that you brought up Ma, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yo, that was so terrible.
I guess technically that will win between The Perfection, which was pretty bad, which I didn't like that much.
Was that the one where they're on the bus and she drugs her?
Yeah, the only good thing about Perfection is it has some hot chicks in it. But that's a very...
Perfection is way better than Ma.
It's a very sexist comment. I apologize in advance.
Ma's pretty sexy.
I think the worst movie I saw this year was Superstition, the one that you liked from 1982. But
that's like a so bad it's good.
Okay, I'm waiting for the good part, but I think Ma is probably the worst one that I saw this year. Almost edging it out, obviously, was Nightmare Cinema, but that had a good
Nightmare Cinema. Oh, Nightmare Cinema was terrible.
Oh no. Okay, I got it. Wait. When did Tales from the Hood 2 come out?
Not in 2019,
okay,
but...
Dude, we reviewed that, and that was one of the worst. But I'm going to stick with Ma, because that was a 2019 film. The interesting films, I would say, that were definitely worth a watch, I would say, obviously, are Cat Sick Blues, just like you said. And also,
it's so good.
Director's Cut, which came out in 2016. But I thought
that's a good movie, too, actually. That was the one with the guy that's, like, crazy trying to make his own movie, right?
Yeah, and I thought that was a really fascinating, sort of weird movie, because I'd never seen anything like that. It was sort of in the lines of how weird Violence Voyager is, but I thought it was a better movie than Violence Voyager, even though Voyager...
it's way more, like, funny, and Violence Voyager is just, like, completely unique.
Yeah, so let me get a quick rundown of the movies that we've all seen. Oh, wait a minute. You know what else we reviewed this year, but it's a 2017 film? Death House.
Death House. Which is that one?
The elevator...
Oh, Jesus. That's terrible. That's the one with Kane Hodder, right?
That's easily probably the worst, one of the worst movies. It's worse than
that is embarrassing.
That is a horrible movie. So let me just break down the movies that we saw this year. Mandy, which is I thought it was okay. You thought it was right.
I thought Mandy was pretty good.
Death House.
It was okay.
Death House, Bird Box, Possum. Stop them if you're interested in saying something interesting. Inuyashiki, which I think was an okay...
Inuyashiki's amazing, but it's not horror.
The movie. This is the live-action movie.
The live-action was pretty good, too.
Yeah, the movie's pretty good. Overlord.
I'd say watch the anime, though, guys. Watch it.
Suspiria we saw this year, but that would be probably the best one.
Overlord was the World War II movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Suspiria, the remake, which I enjoyed a lot.
Pretty good.
That would probably be the second favorite movie of this year that I saw, but even though it came out last year. The Host, which is a classic Korean giant monster movie that you picked.
That's the guy that just did Parasite. That's
right.
a great movie.
Yes, and Adam Chaplin we saw, which was that splattercore movie with the guy punching people.
Fun.
That was a fun movie. I saw The Devil, which is an incredible movie.
Amazing.
Old Boy, obviously, another great film.
Absolutely amazing.
Tales from the Hood 2, one of the worst movies ever conceived.
Shockingly bad. I couldn't believe the whole Martin Luther King thing at the end.
I know, and they're making...
it was unreal.
It was Emmett Till, too, remember? Was it Emmett Till?
I don't. I think I tried to repress the movie. To be honest,
it was a movie made by African American people. It seems like it was almost written by white people that were racist.
It's absurd. I could and it sucks because the first movie was so good.
Yeah, I know, and they're making a third one apparently. Cat Sick Blues, which we both enjoyed because it's very strange. That's
a super low budget, but
it's
like
so well done,
fun movie.
And it's like a slasher movie because you think, oh, they're not gonna really slash anything, and they go for it. Like they really go for it all, and it has a great third half that you think it just goes to shit, but doesn't. Obviously, we saw Avengers Endgame. People put that on their top list.
I liked it a lot.
Good, yeah. Tale of Two Sisters. Yeah. We ended up.
I remember being not so impressed with that one.
Yeah, I think we saw. We actually talked about Game of Thrones for some reason, but that was a long ending.
I think it was just because it was ending, so we wanted to talk about the horrible ending. I wonder what your feelings
on that because you read the books. We spoke about that.
Well, I mean, the books aren't even close to where the show went.
Shoujo Tsubaki, which was
because this guy's never writing it. This was a good one.
Shoujo Tsubaki Midori, which is the animated by one man movie about the little girl who runs away with the freak show circus.
Very disturbing.
Very disturbing. Very impressive for a one-man show. Grave Encounters. I don't think I like that a lot.
Was that? Oh, that was a recommendation from a doorman, and I loved it. Actually, I mean, it wasn't like amazing, but it was pretty good for what it was.
Incident in a Ghostland, which was one of the worst. I didn't like that at all.
I don't remember it.
The Fly 2.
Oh, Incident in a Ghostland is by the guy that did Martyrs. That was bad.
Yeah, surprisingly bad. Obviously, The Fly 2. We thought it was pretty.
I think it was okay.
Pretty bad. Good special effects.
It's better than you would expect, I recall.
Yeah, I think so. The Perfection, obviously. Nightmare Cinema, Superstition. That's a row of bad movies for me.
Why do we have it just says Midsummer Ending. Ultimate.
No, because it was just it was a gag joke because I put 5 minutes, but it was actually just me 10 seconds explaining that the girl didn't know that the boyfriend was gonna get killed. That's it. Stranger Things 3. Obviously, I thought that was the best.
I liked it a lot
from the first season.
I think it might have been my favorite season.
It is. I think so too because it just kind of got rid of all the other shit and then you didn't have to deal with the sister and her boyfriend because I just did not give a shit about those characters. No One Lives, which is a weird quasi slasher movie.
Was that the guy, the killer that kills bad guys?
Yeah. He kills regular people, but then he just kills. Like I liked it because of the director, but it's not really that great of a movie. Cabin in the Woods obviously is a great movie.
Great movie.
Director's cut. Brightburn you didn't feel for. Chud.
Really, Brightburn was okay. You know,
I thought about the same. Yeah, with you because it's funny because I saw The Boys. And then I saw Brightburn, and watching The Boys, you're like, oh, The Boys is so much better than the... I even read The Boys, the comic book, and the comic book is great, too. I don't know if the show will go down the avenue that the comic book goes, because it goes
Chud is fun. It's a classic.
Chud, I liked it. I liked it a lot more than I thought it would. Whispering Corridors is a Korean ghost movie, which I thought was okay. Child's Play, the remake, much better than any of those fucking other Child's Play
surprisingly fun.
Joker, I really enjoyed that film.
Amazing.
It's a movie that rests completely on Joaquin Phoenix's performance because it's not like the best written film, but Joaquin Phoenix is so fucking good in the movie. And it's not to take away.
I still feel that they should have had more Joker and less Smoker. Development.
I say should have had more De Niro. Not really. Terrified, which was that Spanish horror film, which had a lot of potential, but I think it's kind of shit.
I feel like it went to shit at the end, but it did have a strong beginning.
Cooties. I think we both liked that. We thought it was fun. Midsummer, obviously, we both agree was the best. We Are What We Are. We reviewed the remake. And
I gotta see that. I still haven't seen the original. Was it Mexican?
Is about 1,000,000 times better, which is incredible.
Is it Mexican?
Yes. Rose Red, which is a fun little...
That's fun.
Very flawed, but fun. Mentioned by Thea. Braid, horrible movie.
Horrible.
Don't Look Now. I liked it for what it was. It's a strange 70s.
It's good, but I don't understand why it's like the ultimate horror movie classic. It's not.
I don't
that
think
great.
people say that, but they definitely put it up in those lists.
No, it was in like all these lists because I run out of ideas for movies to review,
yeah,
and I'm like horror movies, best horror movies, and that's in the list. All of them.
Zombieland. I remember that was a fun experience watching that movie. Talking about it again. Saw the sequel. It was more of the same. So that's a good thing, I guess.
Violence Voyager
is it's an experience more than it is a film. Plot-wise, not that good, but it's a really beautiful looking film. Just how strange it is. The Golem. We just talked. We really like sputtered out towards the end of this year with these movies, right? But we saved it with Annihilation.
We ended strong with Annihilation.
So that was
good movie.
It's an excellent film, obviously by Alex Garland, who's a fantastic writer and director. I think we had a decent run of movies.
We got a good mix. There were some really good ones in here.
So let me just say a couple of thanks to people that actually on our, we've growing steadily. It's so funny because somebody's like, 900 followers on YouTube. It's like, it only took us like 6 years to get 900 people to like our show. But hopefully we'll get to 1,000 someday. But I do want to do shout outs to Hug RPG. There's a lot of people that actually said a lot of good stuff on our YouTube channel. Hug RPG was the loudest of all of them. So we want to thank you to everybody that actually listens to this show, actually leaves comments and follows us and stuff like that. But we like to have a little community. We talk to people. We want to make sure that we actually watch these shows.
It's nice that there are other people that like horror movies a lot.
Yeah, and then, we would do the show anyway, but we really appreciate that you guys are out there listening to us. You guys and ladies that are listening to us and are comments on the Facebook page and everything.
Facebook.
And thank you, obviously, to Thea, who is part
I
of
hate
the show.
her.
Congratulations to her and Heather. But we want to thank Thea seriously for being part of the show because she doesn't have to, but she does it anyway.
I don't want to thank her. I refuse.
She's Canada, so she's a nice person. Even though she has a very racist person that's running Canada that wears blackface.
Yes. Well, Thea, I believe, approved of that.
Oh, God. Anyway,
she was all for the blackface.
So what are some horror movies that are coming up? That was very obviously
coming up horror movies. Hold on, let me try to find this list here.
You were talking about Saw, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Because we were talking about how they quietly remade that film. I actually saw the latest.
I still haven't seen the newest one because it just looks stupid.
It was shit. It was stupid. It was just dumb. And the twist
they should have stopped after
too.
the second one. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Not awful.
They're remaking The Grudge for the 4,000th time.
But the new one, the new one, which was very strange, it has, like you said, who was in it?
Chris Rock?
Chris Rock, and I believe Morgan Freeman is in it. So I'm wondering what is... It almost feels like with Chris Rock, it's going to be like a comedy version of Saw. And I'm like, uh-oh. They're obviously coming out as Quiet Place Part 2, the Grudge remake.
What will that be? I wonder.
More quieter. They just actually turned the audio off of the movie. The Grudge is going to be produced by Sam Raimi, and it stars John Cho, of all people. He's an Asian American actor that you remember from Harold and Kumar Eat White Castle, whatever that shit is called.
Wait, they're remaking Candyman?
Yes. And
shit!
It's played by this. I believe he's played by an actor from the new Watchmen series. And that guy's a good fucking actor. But
and Jordan Peele's involved.
Yeah, I know, but I think he's actually in it too for some of it. What's his name?
I consider Candyman still stands up as a great movie. But
it is such a fantastic, unique sort of urban horror film. Like I've never seen any other sort of black horror film that's like, even though that was directed by a white guy, so it sort of has that asterisk on it. And plus, you can imagine, I'm sure there's black people that watch that film and be like, damn, this is fucking racist, this movie. Because it's like a white guy with their views on black families and shit. But anyway, I thought that Tony Todd, and I believe he actually has a part in that movie. Like, thank you for bringing Tony Todd out of his piece
Todd reprising his iconic role.
Yeah, that's good.
Says.
I think they'll probably handle the mantle off if they're going to make more. So
Candyman's going to be like 80.
He's pretty good. He's still got that voice. I heard an interview with him on that podcast that I recommend everybody to listen to called Postmortem, where he's just a cool fucking guy. The Conjuring 3, which I thought they already made 7 of those movies. There's a movie called Antlers.
Well, they made Annabelle and all those ones.
Antlers.
They're making another Halloween.
Yep, two more actually. Halloween Kills and Halloween something else. And this guy that I know, Mike, just absolutely he will never see any more Halloween movies because of that last Halloween movie.
I didn't think that last one was so bad, but
it offended him so fucking greatly that he will never see a Halloween. Because we would just talk about how the trailers for the new Halloween movie would come out. The recent one that came out, I think, 2 years ago, and it would be John Carpenter because they got him to do the soundtrack. And he's like, it'll scare the shit out of you. And I was like, okay. And then my friend was so offended by that because he knew that movie sucked to him. It was so bad. It was so bad to him. Anyway, what else is there? There's going to.
I'm looking at one called Antlers. Oh, also, you know what I'm really excited for? The Hanukkah movie.
Oh yes, with the late Sid Haig.
Yeah. I hope it's good. I mean, it's his last movie. I guess that's
technically because he came out with 3 from Hell, and I don't feel like there's anything that can be good from that movie because it's a sequel to obviously one of the best horror movies that I saw, which was what the hell was the name of that movie?
Devil's Rejects.
Devil's Rejects. Yeah, I forgot the name. It was so good. But I liked Devil's Rejects, and it had a definite end, and then they just made a sequel because after I saw 31 by Rob Zombie, I no longer trusted what he can do in the film because 31 was so
Rob
bad.
Zombie's very hit or miss.
I like Devil's Rejects. I actually liked Lords of Salem a lot. And when I saw 31,
you did like that one a lot.
31 was like an abomination in film. It was horrible.
Yeah, I never saw it because I only heard terrible things. It's like, I'm not going to waste my time.
There was an X-Men film created before Disney bought Fox, and it was called The New Mutants, and it's an actual X-Men movie dealing with horror movies. I'm dealing with like a serial killer in one of those mutation camps. And they held on to it. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to come out. Or it was, but Disney didn't know what to do with it. Maybe the movie sucks, maybe the movie's good, who knows? But Disney sort of wants to control what X-Men is. Do you know what I mean? So they might just get rid of all the references to X-Men and just leave it as is, so who knows?
You'll see a guy running around with claws for hands, and they'll just knock. They'll be like, "Hey, Schmolverine, how are you?" Like,
do you know that was just the word I was about to say, Schmolverine too? A movie called Brahms, which looks like The Boy. I guess it's a kid with a talking doll or a doll or something.
Is The Boy the one where he lives in a motel and like kills those people?
I don't know. No, The Boy was another movie with Lauren Cohan from The Walking Dead. You know, the hot Southern girl. And she moves in a mansion, and there's a toy. Who gives a shit? It made a lot of money, enough to make another movie. Anyway, The Invisible Man, where it's a woman being stalked by her.
Will Chevy Chase be in this?
He wishes. I think he was cleaning the floor of the company. The Invisible Man is starring this actress from that show. I don't know if you've watched it. The show. I think you brought it up. The Handmaid's Tale, or whatever. And it's about this woman who. Her ex-boyfriend, who was a psychopath, who would abuse her. Like, this is, I think, a woman power movie, but she's actually a pretty good actor, and she picks pretty good films. And he makes himself invisible to make her look crazy so she doesn't inherit his money. So it's like some weird, like, hashtag Me Too movie, but I'm rather than that than how shitty the fucking... How bad the remake for Black Christmas looked. Because a lot of people didn't watch Black Christmas.
Is it the third remake? It
is. It was the second remake, I guess, technically.
Oh, okay.
But the Black Christmas, and I don't want to spoil it unless we ever see that one, which I doubt. They obviously made it a whole thing about women versus men sort of thing, which is, that's how real life is anyway. But in the remake, sorry if we're going to spoil this. I just read the spoilers. You know how Black Christmas, the first one I saw was like a psycho in the house, and the second one was like 2 psychos, right? That's what you saw?
Okay. And what is it, 3?
This one, it's a frat like a frat brotherhood, and they're controlled by a black slime emitted from a statue haunted by the ghost of a real misogynist guy.
Okay.
And they wonder why it didn't make any fucking money. All right. Underwater.
That's dumb.
Underwater, which is a water movie starring Kristen. What's her name? The girl from Twilight movies.
Oh, Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, and she's got short hair, and she's just none of her movies make money, which I feel bad for her. Edgar Wright is coming out with a new horror film, who is called Last Night in Soho. Ooh. Automatically, I'm going to see it. He did Baby Driver and Shaun of the Dead. And
is it a comedy or is it like?
I think it's a horror. I think it's like a straight up horror movie, but I'm not sure. With him, you
Okay.
don't really know. Fantasy Island. Remember the TV show about the Spanish guy and the little
No.
short man? You know, welcome to Fantasy Island, and then you go to the Fantasy Island. They make your fantasies come true. It was a very old show.
I don't know what you're talking
Remember
about.
the plane, that show?
Oh yeah,
They make
yeah,
it into
yeah.
a horror movie.
Okay.
And there's no tattoo as far as that I can see. Obviously, Candyman.
Ooh, Elijah Wood's in a new movie.
What's it called?
Come to Daddy.
Oh yeah, that's a weird. I heard it's not really. It's a weird psychological horror movie. I'm not sure.
He looks creepy in it.
Antebellum is a weird horror movie. The trailer looked interesting. It's about this woman because it flashes forward to modern times and slavery times, and this woman, I think she's being chased by fucking like Confederate racists through time or something. It's an interesting.
Did she go into Trump country?
It's a very interesting looking trailer though. Like it's really interesting because I like that actress for some. There's something I don't get about her. She's like a singer, Janelle Monáe, and because I'm like I just look at her as a singer, so I'm not sure. But it's a really interesting trailer, Antebellum. So it's something to look forward to. It very looks like it's in the vein of like a Jordan Peele type of thing.
There's a new one by the guy that did Bliss called VFW.
Right, VFW. That's I think we spoke about it when we do the future episode of Rabid. I'm not Rabid. Oof, we're not doing the Rabid. That looks bad. The remake of Rabid. No,
Bliss.
they Bliss. Right. And that is about a couple of Vietnam veterans that are fighting.
Wait, they did a remake of David Cronenberg movie?
Yes, it's by the girls who did American Mary, and that trailer, oofa. James Wan, who did the original, what are those ghost movies called? We always forget the names of them.
Conjuring?
Yeah, he's doing a movie called Malignant.
Oh, Paranormal Activity?
He's doing a movie called Malignant. I don't think he did Paranormal Activity. They're doing a new escape room movie. We didn't see the original.
There'll be a proper Ghostbusters movie.
Oh, that's sexist. Oh, did you see the trailer? How serious it looks?
No, it's that Bill Murray's.
What I don't understand is how serious that trailer looks. It looks like a fucking drama. And I'm like,
I refuse to watch it.
It looks like a fucking drama now, like because the director's son is this real serious guy, and I guess he's gonna do comedy because I think all the original Ghostbusters are in it, and I think it's what's his name's grandkids and stuff like that. The one who died.
Okay.
Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
But it just like the whole trailer is like fucking serious. It doesn't look funny, and I'm like, Ghostbusters is supposed to be funny, like, but whatever.
They're remaking The Witches too. What is there? Are they just remaking everything?
Yes. I think there were some pretty important people that were behind
The Witches is one of the scariest movies ever.
Yeah, I hear that all the time, but I don't know.
It's like a cute children's story, but scary shit happens.
There's gonna be a final The Purge movie, unless that makes a lot more money. The Purge series second season came out. I saw the first season, which I liked a lot. One I'm really fucking excited to see is I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which is a novel. It's coming to Netflix, which makes it even greater. So I'm gonna spend that much money because it's your money that I'm spending, and it's Charlie Kaufman directing it. An incredible book. But I listened to the audiobook. Incredible audiobook, which everybody should listen to the audiobook, actually, of I'm Thinking of Ending. It's fucking
I just
great.
see a picture of snow.
Are there any great movies that you saw this year that were outside of horror that you liked?
I mean, I love all the Avenger movies and stuff like that, so all that stuff.
The what movie?
Like all like the Marvel movies. I really love all of them.
So that's
yeah.
So movies that we saw, obviously, that were not horror, but we did anyway, was obviously
Joker
and stuff like that. John Wick 3 was actually good, better than the second one. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I just saw Coco, actually. That was great.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, everybody says that one. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was fucking great. Friends of mine hated it. Marriage Story, a movie I didn't think I would like. It stars Black Widow and Kylo Ren. as a couple breaking up. Very good movie. The Irishman is great. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, my brother was watching
that. I don't give a
that.
shit what people say about Scorsese says about Marvel movies. That this movie's good. Like,
yeah, I don't care about
this
that.
This movie is 100 times better than anything I've seen straight from Marvel in a while. Although I do like Marvel. Spider-Man 3, it was all right. I don't really give a
you know what? Spider-Verse was amazing.
That was great too. That came out this year. Did it?
Did it? I don't know. I think maybe.
Probably very early this year.
Spider-Verse.
It Chapter 2, Who Gives a Shit movie.
Oh no, it came out in 2018. My bad.
It Chapter 2, really, who gives a fuck? I didn't give a shit about that movie. They forced the kids scenes again because people like the kids, and they digitally made the kids younger, so it's weirdly creepy. Alita Battle Angel, I really liked a lot. Too bad, not a lot of people went to go see that, but that was good. A lot of people wanted to see Ready or Not, but I did not see that. Crawl was a horror. Crawl was a killer crocodile movie, which was great.
Okay.
A lot of people put that as the top of the year, but I thought it was pretty good. Monos is people hype that movie. Monos means monkey.
I just have to tell everybody, if you can only see one movie, see Midsummer.
Yes. Glass, which was the third in the final of the... What is
Unbreakable.
that? Unbreakable, and I thought, who cares? At the end of it, it was okay. So, I don't know. Is there anything that you liked that you thought was great?
I don't know if I've seen many other movies. Like
TV
I've seen
shows?
like random movies that haven't been... What?
Any TV shows? Did The Boys come
I
out
just
this year?
finally got into Parks and Rec.
Oh, okay. Okay, Boys, I think came out this year.
It's nice. I like it.
Boys was incredible.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
I finally
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I hope you finished that, please, because that's great.
I haven't finished it yet.
Watchmen is the show of the year for me. Great fucking show. Actually, also I finished up Mr. Robot, which had an incredible ending.
Yeah, you were telling... Was it you who was telling me all about it? Or
I've told
one
you
of my friends was telling me that it was amazing.
Velvet Buzzsaw I saw, which is not that good. Anyway, but definitely, if you're going to watch TV, watch Watchmen and Mr. Robot. Those are two. There's a lot of shows that came out this year that, TV is outdoing film. The Mandalorian is a fucking
I gotta see that still. Shut up.
Show.
Don't
it's
say
a
much.
fun little show. And it ended very strongly. It's only like 6 episodes.
I gotta see the Baby Yoda.
Obviously, Stranger Things 3. I'm trying to do... Barry is a great fucking show. Incredible fucking show called Barry. Killing Eve, I gotta get up on the 2nd season. Is there anything other? Mindhunter Season 2 was great, too.
Oh, yo, I finally saw Mindhunter. Well, I've only seen the first season now, but I loved it.
Great, right? Great fucking show. The 2nd season is great, too. Anyway, so let's
wrap up this shitty year.
So, what did you think about 2019 in general for entertainment and horror films?
I thought it was pretty decent.
That's what I thought too.
Pretty good.
pretty good. But so I want to thank everybody that listens to our show. We thank you for listening along with us, and honestly, just listening to me and Danny, because I put the show out just because Danny and I have weird.
No lives.
We just have weird. Well, Danny has more of a life than I do now, but Danny and I have very good. I feel that our humor is so stupid that somebody will appreciate it somewhere. So I want to thank you guys for listening to our show. We will let's see what's going to happen next year with this series, and I want to thank you all. And that's it, Danny.
That's it
for the end of 2019. Danny, what's the final word?
Boobies, mubbies, tubbies.
The horror deconstruction.